Hey everyone, so I'm hoping as you're catching this video, you either just left the dubbed showing for Shin Ultraman or you had the chance to see the subbed version last night in theaters thanks to Fathom Events. And I wanted to do a quick video just throwing in my couple cents on the newest installment in the Shin series, Shin Ultraman. So this was a movie that I had been anticipating for a while, especially after seeing the initial footage, and Fathom Events finally made that dream come true. Now, you guys obviously know I did enjoy Shin Godzilla, though I was unable to see it on its theater release. But with Shin Ultraman, I made the point to go see it because for the child in me that grew up watching this show, this was a dream come true. I obviously grew up with the 1966 series, so seeing this brought to life in a new aesthetic with some original callbacks, including Bin Furuya as the motion capture for Ultraman. It was a well deserved treat. Um, so my couple thoughts about the movie. This is a fantastic movie. If you did not get to see it, I highly recommend that you see this at some point. Very, very well made. I like that they took some of the classic scenes from the original Ultraman series, but updated them to a modern aesthetic. You know, bringing the Ultra Q monsters in, but in modern fashion, also updating the Science Patrol or the SSSP to a modern standard was a welcome change, though still keeping the original tone and vibe of the original series. And that was the main thing that I think Higuchi and Anno were really going for, was bringing in that flair of the 1960s series. You know, the attempts of making some of the kaiju models in this movie very similar, basically because they were all used from the same suit. This was definitely a movie that really did live up to everything that they were kind of attempting to do. And they did fall short in some spots as well, without getting into too many spoilers, but it was incredibly fulfilling for me. And I definitely would recommend this to anyone that is interested in Ultraman, has grown up with it. Do I feel that it'll be polarizing? Potentially. Potentially. I feel like this could be a polarizing movie for some, kind of like how Shin Godzilla was. But overall, from what I've been seeing and reading, this is a lot more well received. Obviously, I was a big fan of some of the monsters they used, including Gabora. I like what they did with Naranga, Pagos, how they tried to marry them all together because they were all based on the same suit. And there were some interesting diversions, Zara being one of them. I was not expecting what they did with him. And then there were some monsters that I was expecting, case in point, Balton, Red King. Like, those were kaiju that I would have expected to see, but unfortunately were omitted from the movie. And there's one, for those of that have seen it, this is where I'll kind of get into the spoilers. We obviously know that Gomez was used, or was made via the Shin Godzilla CGI rendering, which leaves us open to, if there is a sequel like they're planning, maybe a fight with Jiris. And that was something that I was really kind of hoping for as well. But overall, this was definitely a movie that I would highly recommend. I could definitely see myself going back to. It was a really fun time, especially with the trivia round at the beginning, the interview with Shinji Higuchi at like the start of the film, and like I said, with the score, just the overall vibe of the film really did bring me back to a time where, you know, Ultraman, well, basically back to the time of the original Ultraman series. It was a very upbeat kind of show, and this still retains a lot of that, but with a more realistic approach to like to the world in which Ultraman exists, and also the way the world is. I just wanted to get some quick thoughts out. There will be a more in-depth review once the film gets released on home media. I will definitely go back, because then that'll give me another chance to kind of digest it, see if any of my opinions on it have changed. And we'll do a full review then, but this was just getting some initial thoughts out there. Let me know down in the comments if you guys saw it and what you guys think of it. And if you what gripes you had, what you liked about it, and would you be open to seeing a Shin Ultraman trilogy like they're kind of pushing for? So with that, I will let you guys move on, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.